Hello Aries, welcome, welcome. Welcome to your November 2017 reading. Can't believe the year is going by so fast. Let's take a look at your spiritual messages for the month. You got two cards from the angels. You have Merlina, and Merlina says, you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do your research or seek expert advice before making a decision. But it's weird because this is Oceana, and Oceana says, take action. You're in touch with the truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. But she was upside down, and it's kind of, I look at this combination. I usually don't read reversals in the angel oracles, or in oracles in general, unless, you know, the books say that there is a reversed meaning. But for some reason, I read this first, and for some reason, I feel like the reversal kind of ties into this message, which is saying that right now is not the right time. And it's interesting because I feel like we have this, I guess Merlina is kind of a play on words of Merlin. So it's kind of like this magician character. And she's raising her arms up to the sky and kind of summoning the angels to give her information, I guess, because we have constellations back here. So she wants to download all the wisdom of... Let me focus this. Can I... Is that good? So she wants to download all this information, download all these, like, blueprints of the universe. Basically, I feel like you need more, like, intuitive guidance. Like, perhaps you're, you know, this says, what does it say? You're in touch with the truth of the situation. And then this says that you're confused and indecisive and don't know which direction to choose. So, I feel like you aren't in touch with the situation, so you're waiting on these downloads. We also have a yin and yang symbol here. Could represent a Cancer in your life, but yin and yang talks about, you know, balance of there is a little bit of bad in all the good, and there's a little bit of good in all the bad. So, and these two characters, like this Merlina... This angel Merlina is opening her arms up to the heaven, and the way this card fell, Oceana is swimming down into the depths of the ocean. So what I would suggest to, like, get all the information you need is to align yourself with the angels, download all these spiritual messages, maybe get your star chart read, gain all the information you can, all the spiritual information you can, read all the sacred texts you can. If you are, you know, a Christian, then study up on scripture. If you are, you know, a Buddhist, if you are of Eastern philosophy, then read the Bhagavad Gita or something, you know, but research intuitive information, I'm feeling. But what's also needed is you to go down into the depths of your soul. So go down into, like, your most, like, your deepest pain, right? And so that will be the yin and the yang. Like, summon the good from the heavens and then go down into the depths of hell to find good through the hellish experiences. Ooh, that's a weird message, but I hope you can do both. Life's about balance, right? Hold on one second. I forgot to set my timer. Ugh. And I will gab on and my camera will cut off. So let's say 7 minutes. Okay. So we have depression, and it's paired with, drumroll please, the Empress. Ooh, I like the Empress. So the Empress is the divine feminine. And she is a card about abundance, about motherhood, about the divine feminine. So she's like my sexy mama card. It's interesting that it's paired with depression, but let's see. Spirit, could you provide us clarity on depression and the Empress for Aries and all those who love Aries? We have the Wheel for Aries and all those who love Aries. Spirit, Spirit, Spirit. What are the messages? Could you provide us clarification on depression and the Empress? For Aries and all those who love Aries. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A couple more shuffles. My cards are flying. Okay. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Chalices. You may be dealing with a Taurus because we have the Queen of Pentacles right here and the Empress. The Empress can represent any Venusian energy. Venusian is, I'm going to do this sideways because it blew and I'm not sure what direction it was. The Empress can represent any Venusian energies. Venus is the planet of love and of beauty. So, all of the, like, sweet, the sweet side, the feminine side of life. But there might be, this might not even be your energy. I feel like perhaps there's a Taurus around you who's dealing with depression because we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So perhaps this Taurus in your life is going through a depression and you're having trouble understanding them because you like can't relate to their pain. So I think this is about going into the depths to kind of have compassion and empathy for their situation and kind of relate it back to your experience. Here we have the Wheel. And it's a little different in this deck. It shows 4 people with their hands in. And it's kind of like playing a game, like luck of the draw. But I also see it as community, as a group of people coming together, and their luck is based on teamwork. Their luck is based on putting their resources together, putting their skills together, and like turning the wheel in their favor through, it's like safety in numbers, right? So this Taurus could be in your group. You could be marrying this Taurus because we have the Ten of Chalices here, and the Ten of Chalices is the happily ever after card. And it's really interesting, you know, the yin and the yang, the up and the down, the heaven and the hell. We have the happily ever after card, marriage, throwing rice, just got married, happily married, they're all happy, the couple is happy, the group is, the guests are happy. So it's a really joyous time. And then we have depression over here. So it's like, it is like a yin and a yang. And so perhaps there's a disconnect with someone in your group who is not, either you are going through a depression and they're happy, but I feel like Aries is having this happy energy and someone in their group is their group or their partnership or, you know, their job, their community, their spouse, their partner. I feel like someone else is depressed around you, and it's up to you to like use that depression to benefit all. Like turn that wheel in a way, like the way to turn that wheel is to, you know how sometimes people will, like, your loved ones will come home and they'll complain about work and you can't relate, so you're not really listening to them. It's like, that's not my problem. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like if you even if you have to fake it, I feel like if you just say, yeah, like, that sucks, or screw them, you're right, honey, you know, like, just kind of be their support, be on their side, and really listen to them, then you will gain a better understanding of their hardships, and it will kind of help everyone in the group, you know, have this happily ever after, have this change of luck, have more positive outcomes. The Taurus or the Earth sign, you could also be dealing with a Virgo or a Capricorn or again a Libra. But whoever it is, it looks like they are having trouble in their resources. Perhaps they feel like their money is slipping through their hands. Perhaps they feel like their resources are slipping through their hands. Like, I don't have time for anything. I work, 12 hours a day, and then I have to come home and do chores. Or, the Pentacles suit is very earthy. And when the Queen of Pentacles is upright, it's someone who can... she's really smart about money. She's really thrifty. She is really, she's the type of person who is a extreme couponer, or like gets all the promo codes emailed to her. And so she gets all the deals, and she has like this abundance of clothes, this abundance, her house is very homey and earthy and has everything that you need, and she cooks really good meals, and she is well provided for, and she doesn't rely on anyone else to provide this for her. It's all her that she cultivates, right? She nurtures her resources to multiply her resources, right? And she delegates her time and her resources to little helpers, these little elves, to help her be this queen on the throne, to help her feel abundant and sustained and provided for. But when she's in the reverse, it's like she's off kilter of herself, and so she can't manifest all the abundance that she would normally manifest. So perhaps you could be this little helper for her, right? Perhaps you could, if someone is depressed around you, perhaps the solution is to ask how you can help them, to be part of this team, to turn the wheel to a happy ending. So let's get to your money, work, and health. In your money, work, and health, we have irritations, okay? And remember, I don't know which way, okay, the 9 of Swords. So let's just put that to the side. It could be upright or reversed. And you have One Ring Circus. And on this card, we have a... looks like a ringleader sitting on top of an elephant who is on top of a cliff in the middle of the ocean. And it's a really tall cliff. And it's also not a lot of room for the elephant to move, right? So the elephant has to stay really still in the middle of the ocean. And we have a crescent moon in the back, like a day moon. They say that day moons are good luck. Upside down, let's see what that says. 15 for Aries. One Ring Circus. I like to read the whole meaning for this particular oracle deck to kind of tie everything together, so bear with me, it's a little long. So, One Ring Circus, when upright, says, you are capable and competent. Upright, One Ring Circus says, independence is key as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Aries are like the best at independence, right? They're very like in their own person, in their own personhood. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. Reversed, so it's reversed here, but keep in mind that message of independence and setting boundaries. One Ring Circus reverse says, if you think that the sun won't rise without you, then it's time to change. Perhaps you believe no one will be there to help you, or you expect that you have to do all the work, emotional or otherwise. This is a fear-based idea and only serves to alienate you from others by taking away their right to participate. Ooh, I like that. So in the work setting, I think there might be some like monopolizing of coworkers, monopolizing of projects, monopolizing of tasks. So let's continue. One Ring Circus goes on to say, receiving the One Ring Circus card may indicate the misuse of power. Give it up. Let go of the need to control how the wind blows and let others play their part. You don't need to be invincible, have all the answers, or be the savior. Things will get done if you step out of your own way. Yet another meaning for this card suggests that someone else may be trying to control you. I don't think that's the case, but I'll go on to say. This needs to be addressed. Don't be afraid to set a boundary. This is a wonderful step to interdependence. Consider the example of two trees planted side by side, sharing the sunlight equally, neither overshadowing the other. I know that's kind of a conflicting message from the like help others to the get out of the way card. But let's see. For work, for health, money, and work for Aries and all those who love Aries, can you clarify the Nine of Swords and irritations? Woo! Jumpers. So we have the Devil reversed, that's good. We have the Ten of Swords reversed, that's good. And we have the Eight of Chalices. Okay. So, sorry, I'm like bumping against a plastic bag. So maybe for some of you, you might still be experiencing, we have irritations paired with the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is an anxiety card. It's a nightmares card, sleepless nights, having too many thoughts, and it's like inner chatter, like negative inner chatter, voices inside your head. And it's interesting because it's beside the Devil, which is definitely like a little butthole inside your head, right? Who says, you're not good enough, you're never going to be loved, you're never going to achieve your dreams, you're always going to be poor. He wants to chain you, he wants to keep you bound, he wants to keep you away from elevating to God, from elevating to the heavens, and from reaching a higher spiritual point, right? He is the flesh, he is something we are bound to while we are in this vessel on earth. And we all have the Devil, we all have our anxieties and our worries and our doubts. But because this is reversed, it means that you are telling the Devil to go back to hell where he came from, and that is awesome. So, some of you may still be experiencing these sleepless nights and you're still like working out your way out of that, but others of you have already let go of those anxieties, and you might be experiencing some residual energy from that. We also have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is a card about being backstabbed, and it usually shows a man on the ground with 10 swords in his back, and he's all bloody and dead, and there's a sunrise over the horizon. But the message is that the worst is behind you, the sun rises again, and it's basically like you've been backstabbed and betrayed so much that you're just sort of numb to the pain, right? That you can't feel any more pain, and no one can hurt you because you've just been hurt, like, completely. So whenever it's reversed, it's like you have synthesized that pain into wisdom. So it's like learning from your lessons, knowing that all of that pain was to teach you something, was to make you stronger. And I like it in this deck because we have acupuncture, and acupuncture is a type of therapy. So essentially, things that might be uncomfortable, like needles or swords in our back, these painful experiences, they can, oddly enough, bring about a new sense of, you know, freedom, a new sense of a healthier way of living, right? So that's good. We have the Devil reversed, the Ten of Swords reversed, so you are letting go of that inner negative chatter that tells you you're not good enough, your fear, your doubts. Those fears and those doubts often lead to addiction, so you might be walking away from addiction. But you are taking all those anxieties, all that pain, all that heartbreak, and you're using it to learn, to, gain this wisdom. The Eight of Chalices is walking away from something. So this is something that you have spent a lot of time nurturing. We have a beautiful garden right here. So you have planted your seeds in your garden. You have watered this garden. You have taken care of these flowers. You have sang to them, and they are beautiful. They are abundant. This very, flourishing garden, right? But you're walking out of this gate into the mountains, into the horizon, onto a new adventure. It doesn't mean you can't come back. The original Eight of Cups, it has kind of a different message, but to me, with this gate and these flowers and the mountains and him hiking, it's like you're going on an adventure, you're walking away from something you took care of, but you can always come back. It's like a little vacation. So, but I think the bigger message in all of this is that you're walking away from an anxiety. Perhaps it has to do with money, poverty mindset. Perhaps it has to do with a career attitude as far as, I'm not good enough. I can't pass this exam. I can't, finish this painting. I can't. So you are letting go of these doubts and walking into a new adventure, walking into a new horizon. I mean, it's just beautiful. I wish you could see. Can you see? Yes, you can see. Just a beautiful adventure that you're walking into as a result of telling the doubts and the fears in your mind to F off. So, that's perfect. Let's get to your love. So the love messages for Aries and all those who love Aries, we have difficulty and the Queen of Staves reversed. This could be you. Excuse me. The Queen of Staves reversed is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, so you could also be dealing with another fire sign. Let's go through the cards and see if we can find any more messages. So this card says, treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply, and we see a hand opening up with a drop of water, and the world is in this drop of water. It's like the rain has fallen on these sweet, are they petunias? These sweet flowers, right? The rain has fallen on the flowers, washed away any dirt, any debris, and the world is inside this drop of water, and the world, that's like the world is being healed. It's like whenever you cry, that pain is washing away. It's like the tears wash away that pain, right? So the rain that's falling down onto the world is symbolic, I guess, of washing away the world's pain, right? So, like seasons. It's the rain droplet is falling into a cupped pair of hands. And in the hands, we see mother and child, and the mother, it looks like the mother is reading to her, or maybe playing one of those weird saws, those like musical saws. But in any case, this card to me is about, friends and family more so than a partner. And because we had this wheel here, it makes me think that, your friends and family are going to be very important. The group, the community, your support system is going to be really important in regards to this love reading, more so than just a love partner. But let's see what else 10. Treasure your loved ones has to say. Treasure Your Loved Ones says, we have a group of people in our lives that love and support us. Cherish these people, whether it is a special partner, your family, or your friends. The angels are prompting you that you need to reach out to your loved ones and make sure you show them love. Sweet, sweet. So let's see. What are the love messages for Aries? All those who love Aries. Could you give us clarification on difficulty and the Queen of Staves? Good. Gravy. Okay. Spirit, 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 could you give us clarification on difficulty and the Queen of Staves for Aries and all those who love Aries? These are slippery. For Aries and all those who love Aries, thank you. Thank you. What are the messages for Aries and all those who love Aries? Could you clarify the Queen of Staves with difficulty? Please surround us with your light, loving light of God. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Could you clarify the Queen of Staves with difficulty, please? Oh, my goodness. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so you know how I said I didn't feel like it was you who was suffering depression? That might have been wrong. You may very well be experiencing depression because we have the Eight of Swords here, and again we had that Nine of Swords, and we have the Five of Swords here too. A lot of being up in your head, overthinking too much, and we also have difficulty with you reversed. Whenever the Queen of Staves is reversed, she has a temper, she says things and does things, like she acts on impulse, and if you hurt her, she's going to hurt you like 10 times more, and she's going to, you know, sass you, cut you to the bone. She's going to, like, she's the type of woman that if you cheat on her, she's going to hit you up style, girl. She's going to burn your clothes in the dead of night, and she's going to go on a shopping spree. And she just doesn't give any F's whatsoever. Very temperamental. She could even, like, screw your best friend just to spite you, you know? So you might be experiencing difficulty trying to hold your temper down, and it might be because you have conflicting thoughts in your head. The Eight of Swords talks about feeling trapped. Here we see ghosts following this woman. She's half naked, covering herself with a blanket. Her head is in her hand. She's walking down this stairwell, and she's being chased by ghosts. But remember, ghosts are not, like, they can't actually hurt you. They haunt you, right? So you might be haunted by the past. You might be haunted by all these things. You might be haunted by even, you know, all these impulses you had that you think, like, why did I do that? Why did I, like, act like that? I lost my mind. I got, like, out of control. Why did I do that? So you might be feeling, like, guilty about that. But remember that it's all in your head, and they can't physically harm you, so it's a matter of gaining mastery over these ghosts, gaining mastery over these thoughts. And like I said, telling the devil to stick it where the sun don't shine. We also have the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords talks about, it's a little different in this deck, but I still think it kind of has the same message. So we see a woman sitting outside of a door, and she's sad, and it looks like there's growth going over the door, so it's like blocking the entrance to the door, right? When I see the Five of Swords, usually I think of it as a card of competing ideas, like competition of ideas. So it's not being on the same page. There is a lot of growth. I mean, whenever we debate, we essentially brainstorm. I mean, you can get into arguments and disagreements and get very heated, and you can do stuff as a gut reaction to responding to others, you know. But in the end, if we learn how to compromise, if we take all of these ideas and, you know, combine them together, kind of like this wheel, right? If we combine all of our ideas to reach a compromise, then everyone's happy and a solution has been made. So there's a lot of growth. It's just a matter of sort of trimming away the excess, cutting out the thoughts that don't serve you. And that's like a never-ending process, is to train your thoughts to gain mastery over your mental state, right? Gain mastery over your ideas. With this card, it's like too many ideas competing. So in your love, in your personal life, if this is talking about a partner, it might be that you have, let's say, like different ideas on how you want to raise children. And so that's causing a problem. Or different ideas on how you balance the budget. That's causing a problem. So the solution is to talk it through and to come up with a system that works for both of you. Right now, you're kind of hanging in suspense. And I think you had this, I don't think it was last month, but maybe the month before last. And I kind of liked it in that spread. But you're in this suspension, you're in this waiting period. And here, the Hanged Man is a man like Houdini. So he's hanging in a glass tank of water, and the audience is watching him. His hands are tied. He has the key somewhere, right? He's a magician. He knows where the key is, but he is keeping these people in suspense. And I see you might have had an argument with someone, and you're giving them like the silent treatment, but it's like tearing you up inside more than you thought it would. But my advice in any case is to reach out to friends and family to help you in this situation. Whether you take their advice or not, they're going to have compassion. They have probably been there before. I don't feel like they're going to judge you or anything. And maybe this like Downloads from Heaven and Depths of Hell card is about recognizing your own hell, recognizing your own pain and sharing it with others. The Hanged Man is a card about seeing things from a different perspective. It's a card about sacrifice. Maybe you have to sacrifice some of your ideas. Sometimes the Five of Swords is about a hollow victory, like there's been this fight, this battle, and it's like you said things just to one-up them or just to get the like upper hand, like a prideful type of way, right? When you could have just, like sometimes you can just lie to, like white lies or something. I don't want to say lie, but you can just agree. Like if it's not a serious matter and means more to the other person than it does to you, then it's like, I'll just give you this, right? Like, I don't have to be right about this. So, that could be the sacrifice. The Hanged Man is about sacrifice, and it's about gaining a sense of enlightenment, because you've been in this suspension period, so all the blood has rushed to your head. But I think you've had to go through this hell, through this depression, through this sadness to relate to others. And your loved ones are going to respect you for going through the same things as they are. Let me see if I get any messages. You may have a Capricorn in your life. You may be facing something contractual. I see maybe at your job there might be new contracts. You might even have new contracts as far as homes or, cars or any sort of contract. But it's getting updated. And I think it's going to deal with your family or with groups of people. So again, like a home or a job. And there There's a suspension period because you want to check with all parties and see what the best avenue forward is going to be. Let's see what else. Again, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You might want to look into acupuncture to help you with anxiety, help you with back pain. Okay, that's all I'm getting from that. Let's see. You may be dealing with a separation from your partner right now, and you may just miss them. Like they might be on a business trip or something and you miss them. You may have also stepped into a marriage and now kind of regretting it, or stepped into a partnership. Or stepping into this partnership has helped ease a lot of sadness and loneliness. Well, that's all I got. Thank you, Aries. I really appreciate it. I love you very, very much, and I will see you next month. Bye.